Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Tom Telesco. So now you want to talk? What's good, YouTube? What's good, Raider Nation? Yes, sir. Hey, we in the building once again. Hey, shout out to everybody out there in YouTube world. Shout out to everybody that is listening to this, getting it in with your boy Raider Twuan. And again, y'all know I got to give a shout out to the congregation. Remember, there's no congregation. See, I'm messing it up. Let me get it right. Let's rewind. All right. There's no Raider Twuan without the congregation. And there's no congregation without the Raider Nation. All right. That's how you do it. Hey, and if you are wondering what's the congregation is the subscribers. So if you want to be a part of the congregation, it is completely free to do. We are looking to add 500 members to the congregation. You know what I'm saying? And you could be a part of the congregation by hitting that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to do. And you know what? Go ahead and hit that like button. Why? Because I like you. Yes, sir. All right. Hey, shout out to you guys in the chat. I see you guys in there. Let me do a quick shout out to the people that are early birds. I'm just going to take a quick look and see what's in here. Hey, Rob Penny here. Let me pull this up. You know what I'm saying? Because Rob Penny got the brown crackers. Hey, look. Hey, Rob, I got something new for you. I got something new, Rob. Look. Hey, these are brown cracker bites. You know what I'm saying? Just as good. Get you some brown cracker bites. All right. Sponsored by nobody. Because they haven't hit me up for sponsorship. So, yeah. Tell your people who make the brown crackers, why haven't you hit up Twuan? Okay? Let them know we out here getting on the brown crackers. All right. I see you guys in the chat. Yeah, bites. Yeah. Brown cracker bites. You know what I'm saying? We moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? You might see the old schools one day. You might see the brown cracker bites another day. Okay. Stay tuned. All right. Look, Tom Telesco is out here running his mouth. Okay. And to be honest with you, I think this is going to be, this is as expected. Okay. Can I say that? Okay. This is just my Raider gospel. Raider Rich, I see you in the building. Raider Ben, I see you in here too. Blessings to you on today. This is as expected. We shouldn't be surprised that this is happening, right? Anytime somebody leaves their job, good or bad, they're always going to have something to say. Okay, that's the reason why, you know, it seemed like Josh Jacobs said, "I'm wearing Jacobs today." You know what I'm saying? Let me get the camera. Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing the Jacobs today, but you know, as soon as Josh Jacobs left, he had a whole lot to say, right? Who else had a whole lot to say? Devontae Adams had a whole lot to say when he left. And actually he had some new stuff just come out not too long ago talking about the Raiders. So, you know, that's what you're going to get. Tom Telesco goes on to, and y'all know what I do, and y'all know how I do. I got the handy dandy notebook. Okay? Got the handy dandy notebook. Because I got some receipts. You feel me? No, I was waiting. I tried to, you know, whatever. Anyway, but I got some things I wrote down, some notes I took on his interview with Check the Mic. And that was with Steve Palazzola. I might be saying that wrong. And Sam Monson. Okay. Check the Mic with Steve and Sam. Okay. And Tom Telesco, you know, they asked him some questions there. They asked him about, you know, his time with the Chargers, which we don't care about. And you know, that experience, which we ain't really concerned about. But he just talked about being a GM, but then he talked about the Raiders. And there were some things that was floated around that he clarified. Hey, my boy SC Raiders Talk is in the building. Blessings to him. That is my boy. Okay, that is my guy. You know, that is my better half, my other half of the 2 for 1 Nation podcast. You know what I'm saying? SC Raiders Talk is in the building. Good to see you, man. But we see Tom Telesco, you know, talking a little bit, telling us his experiences. And like I said, I got some things I wrote down, and stuff that stuck out to me as you guys are hitting that like button and subscribing. If you guys have not, a lot of you guys are on here and you may have not subscribed. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So looking at, okay, let me pull the notes back up. I kind of was trying to pull up that. You know, he talked about being a GM, and he talked about the process. And for him as a GM, what he does is that, of course, it's not just him working by himself. He has a whole team. He has people that are in charge of overseeing the vets that are currently in the NFL. Yes, guys that are overseeing and scouting the prospects that are in college, and abroad. And then there's other people along there. There's a long, they got this department and this department and this department and this department, and it all falls under the GM of Tom Telesco at that time. We know Spytek is our GM now. But the way that he did things is he would divide and split up those groups and ask them their thoughts on specific prospects. Okay? And some people don't like that, and some people do. Okay? And I'm going to be honest with you, I like it. And I like it for this reason. And he said it in the interview. If we all got together, right? And I asked you about, okay, I'll say it like this, Raider wise. If I asked everybody what you think about Genty, and everybody was in here together, and I asked everybody what you think about Genty, right? Your take may be watered down because of you being amongst your, in a big group. But if I went to everybody one-on-one and I asked you about Genty, I guarantee you that I would get different responses. Whereas maybe I would have 5 different responses in a group, I would probably get about 10 or 15 different responses added from the total group. So now I'm in a position where I hear this from this group, this side of the table. I hear this from this side of the table. I hear this from this side of the table. And now me as the GM, I bring it all together and make it work. And of course, there's going to be some things where even if I had 3 different people and I talk to those 3 different people individually, right? They might say some of the same things, but because they are saying the same things and they're separate and they're allowed to have their own take and their own, their own, I'll say it, their own greater gospel. If they say the same stuff, then you can really believe that. Right? Even reporters now, right? They'll ask a question from somebody, but then they'll go and ask somebody else so that they have a first and a second before they make their statement and say, hey, the Raiders are looking at so-and-so. These legit reporters will actually ask 1 or 2 people, maybe even more than that, before they say the Raiders are interested in this guy. So that's kind of what Tom Telesco was doing in the GM process, where he was looking at this department, this field of scouting. Then he's looking at these guys over here. What do you guys think about these guys over here? And then he's formulating all of it, and he makes a decision. Okay? So it's not solely on Tom Telesco. Well, it is solely on Tom Telesco. He's the shot caller. But he's not responsible for the information that's gathered. Hunter, I see you in the building. D-Menace, blessings to you, egalitarian. Yes, sir, I see you. Chewy, my guy. Hey, get an IG. I don't know if you got one. Get an IG. That's my word of advice to you. Get an IG. So that's what Tom Telesco did when he was here. Okay? Then he also talked about in this interview, in this podcast, excuse me, in this interview and podcast that the GMs of the NFL, they be playing games. And be honest with you, I already knew all that. Sacktown, good to see you in the building. Good to see you, my guy. Because that's the whole, where they say play checkers, not chess, situation. You notice how, and I used to say this, you know what I'm saying, since I've been a content creator for probably this is my second, going into my third year, I think. There's a certain time of the year where I tell you guys, hey, don't fall for, you know what I'm saying? Don't fall for this. Don't fall for that. Okay? And that time is prior to the NFL draft. Okay? Prior to the NFL draft, there's usually like a downtime, you know what I'm saying, after the combine, after the pro days, there's usually a period where it's like downtime, where there's not really much going on in the organization. So this is where GMs, and this is where he's talking about they play games, this is where the GMs will get with a reporter, because reporters are dry and thirsty for content. So they'll go to a GM and say, hey, I need you to put out that I'm looking at Michael Penix. Okay? Tell them the Raiders are interested in Michael Penix. Now it's blasted. Now us content creators are taking it and running with it. Not all of us, but some of us are running with it. And now you have this massive ball of hope. And we fall for it all the time. How many times have we been in the draft thinking that we were going to get somebody because reporters have put it out that the Raiders are interested in so-and-so. The Raiders are looking at so-and-so. If this player is at, where the Raiders pick, they're going to pull the trigger. And it gets draft day. And that player's there at our number. And we draft somebody else. Put a 1 in the chat if that's happened more than once. Where you thought we were going to get so-and-so and that person was available and we still didn't get him. That's where he's talking about, and where GMs are that, and that's just one. That's just one. Trust me, there's some other games that are being played that we don't even know about. But I'm just telling you, that's one tactic that they use. So he has to navigate all of that as a GM. Okay? And that's what not only GMs are doing, but their team. Dude in Philly and his staff, they playing games. If you want to know my honest opinion, Shador drafted in the 5th round. Somebody was playing games. And it ties right into, again, what was going on and his abilities, and also the role of Tom Telesco as a GM with the Raiders. And in general, just to be honest with you. So let me see if last thing as a GM. His job as a GM was to not be a scout, but be the decision maker on the talent. Okay? So he's also taking risk. He's trusting his staff and taking their word for it to an extent. Yes, he's looking at film. Yes, he's looking at, yes, he's looking at these prospects, but the write-ups on these guys, their strengths and weaknesses, he's trusting his guys. And if they don't come back with the right report, that might lead to a bad pick. But who's the person who gets the grunt of that? Milka Beasley, I see you in the building. Blessings to you on today. It's been a minute. Make sure you guys hit that like button as we're going along. We're about to get into Frank Weber just dropped in. Good to see you, man. We're about to get into the draft. Okay, this is the meat and potatoes that probably everybody wants to, get in regards to Tom Telesco. And one of the most polarizing things, hence the reason why I, said what I said earlier. Michael Penix wasn't even an option. I'm going to say that again. Michael Penix Jr. was not an option. I'm going to say that all the way for the people that was rolling up their blunt and, just walked out the liquor store with their 40. Michael Penix Jr. was not an option. And that goes to how, we've seen all these reports that went out. All these people, oh, Michael Penix is about to be that guy. And honestly, in my opinion, I think Michael Penix was the best thrower of the football that came out of that draft. I'm gonna say it again for those that sometimes don't get what I'm putting down. Michael Penix Jr. was the best thrower of the ball coming out of the draft. But this is where Tom Telesco felt uncomfortable with Michael Penix. He said injuries. He said his injury history was a cause for concern. And even further, he valued Michael Penix as a second-round pick more than a first. Okay. And the truth about it is, on the flip side, was that it really was Jaden or bust. It really was Jaden. Trade up for Jaden or we're good. And you know why he said that? As I flip the page. He said it because the team was not ready for committing to a franchise quarterback. It's Tom Telesco saying this. He said the team was not ready to commit to a franchise quarterback. He was thinking and looking to build this team. And felt that this team had a whole lot of holes. Didn't have the depth that it needed to really be a contender. This is Tom Telesco, yo. I'm just telling you what Tom Telesco is saying. He said the team was not ready because there's so many holes on the team that it's not beneficial to bring in a quarterback. And you guys can let me know your Raider gospel in the chat. Raider Shield family, good to see you in the building. Okay? That's it. He said there's too many holes, there's too many things, depth-wise, roster-wise, that it's not time. That's what led us to Brock Bowers. Okay? And Tom Telesco also said, let's do this first before I tell you what Tom Telesco said.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hey Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
That's right. Go ahead and hit that like button. Tom Telesco said that he wrestled with drafting Brock Bowers. Okay? And drafting him where we got him. He struggled with that. And here's why he struggled with it. Because it wasn't a position of value. Okay? I should have typed it up, but position of value. For those that don't know what position of value is, in the first round of the NFL draft, there's something special about being a first round pick. Okay? Of course, get a little more money because you're a first rounder. But the organization has the option to add an additional year with you under the rookie salary. You guys know what I say over here. Cheap labor. For an example, currently, Ashton Jeanty just got drafted in the first round. If Jeanty balls out, right? He plays under his rookie contract for those 4 years. After that 4th year, the team can give him a 5th-year option, which is like an additional rookie year. Okay? I believe it's a little more, I think it's a little elevated, but it's not as much as a complete veteran full contract. Okay? And it's not that multi-year, big dollar contract. So with that being said, there's players and positions that are more expensive than the other. And most of those players and positions, they get drafted in the first round. You want an example? What's the highest paid position in the NFL? Let me see if someone can put it in the chat. Let me see if the congregation knows what's the highest paid position in the NFL. Let's see. See who can type up the most expensive position in the NFL. Chewy. Sacktown says it. The quarterback. And when do these quarterbacks get drafted? Most of them. You know what I'm saying? So, Patrick Mahomes. First round. So he can get that 5th-year option. So they can spend money in other places. Teams will literally move up into the first round. Okay? They'll literally they'll move up to the you know what I'm saying? You see it almost every year. At the end of the first round, that 29th, that 28th, that 30th, that 31st. Sometimes teams will move up back, they'll move up into the first to go get that quarterback just so that they can get that 5th-year option. Next position of value. Offensive line, especially your tackles. Okay? They don't pay too much. They do pay for guards, but usually they draft guards in the 2nd and 3rds. But in the first round, they're definitely locking up their left tackles. If not, their tackles in general. Another position of value. D-line. Either you're protecting the passer or you're rushing the passer. Those are the premium, high value positions. Along with wide receiver. Okay? Their market has got up nowadays. They getting almost 20 mil in the market. And I'm talking about market, not what you think they're worth. I'm talking about market value. And even running back is a premium. Because what you want to do, most NFL teams do this. They draft their running backs so that they can run them into the ground because they know that they get a lot, they get most of the beating. So because they're under a rookie contract, it does not hurt them a lot. And if they do well, then you can give them that fifth-year option and save you even more money. Right? So that there is a premium on a lot of these positions, and you notice that one of those wasn't tight end. Okay? Not saying that Brock Bowers wasn't worthy of a first-round pick because of his talent, but if we got him, and I'm just throwing a hypothetical that I know wouldn't happen, but let's just say we got Brock Bowers in the second round, and he's playing under, he played his 4 years, and then now he's been balling out, and now it's time to give him that tight end market contract. It's not really hurting. It's not that expensive in comparison to some of the other positions. So that's what Tom Telesco was talking about in regards to the premium positions in the first round. And that's why he was hesitant wrestling with the pick of Brock Bowers. Okay? Now, I'll say this, you guys, and I want you guys to let me know your Raider gospel on the situation of Tom Telesco. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Can't get enough of hitting that like button. What went wrong and what also went right with Tom Telesco? You guys know I got to give you the Raider gospel. Okay? Tom Telesco wasn't wrong. Okay? When he said our team wasn't ready to commit to a franchise quarterback. He wasn't wrong. He was right when he talked about our team having a lot of holes. He was right. Now, the Brock Bowers situation, yeah, you can go here or there on that. Okay? But I will say, back to the original thought of him saying that we aren't ready to commit to a franchise quarterback, he was right. How many times have we seen other teams draft a quarterback and that quarterback gets on that team and runs for his life? Because he doesn't have the wide receivers. He doesn't have a running game. His offensive line sucks. Because guess what? He was drafted number 1 or number 2. And what happens to number 1 and number 2 teams every year? What can we say about teams that are picking number 1 and number 2? They suck. They suck. So you have a good quarterback, and I'll give you a good example of this. A good quarterback going to a team that is not prepared, that has a lot of holes, and is not built. He goes out there and everybody's trashing him because he's the quarterback, but it's not even his fault. What quarterback's going to be successful with a bad offensive line? Poor running back. I haven't even talked about the defense and special teams. I'm just talking about what the offense itself. And I'll give you an example of who I'm talking about. Bryce Young. Bryce Young coming out of the draft was one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. Went to the Carolina Panthers. They didn't have all the everything together. He went out there and looked bad. Can you say some of it was on him? Yes, of course. Everybody takes a blame in the blame game. But he's not the sole reason why they were where they were. And it only was until the Carolina Panthers started building their team, not saying their team is a complete product now, but it's got better. Whereas Bryce Young is starting to look better. And that would have been our situation here. And that's what Tom Telesco was saying. I can go ahead and draft this quarterback, but the talent that we have here is not going to be able to sustain and support a young quarterback in the NFL. We're not ready to commit to the quarterback. I got to get some other stuff together and then bring in the quarterback to where now he can sit in the pocket comfortably, go through all his progressions, and execute the play in which the way it needs to be executed. So was Tom Telesco wrong for what he did in that aspect? Not at all. If we're really honest with ourselves now, even after Tom Telesco has left, and we've already gone through a draft, we're not as deep as you think we are. And that's because we're still building out our team. Still building it out. So in that aspect, I'm giving Tom Telesco a pass and saying he was right. It really was Jaden Daniels, or don't waste your time. Not saying that Minshew and ALC was better. I'm not throwing all that out. I'm not saying but you can't commit to a young quarterback and not support him with the things he needs. I say this all the time, and my brother was in the chat earlier, Eric from the SC Raiders Talk. I said this, and he says it too. I don't know who said it first. I'm gonna say we said it at the same time. But no matter who's under center, we have to build. We have to build this team. And I've been saying that for about 2 or 3 years now. And that's where Tom Telesco felt. He put his hand on the pulse of the Raiders roster and said, they're not ready. It would be disaster. Like we saw with other teams that did it. It would be disaster to put that young quarterback out there and have him sink or swim. Okay? With that being said, like I said, what went right and what went wrong. What went wrong was contracts. Tom Telesco was too cheap. And it's not necessarily on going to get guys outside of who was in the house, but just taking care of the people that were in the house. Can I give you one? Contract. Okay. That Max Crosby deal that everybody's falling in love with, that Spytek gave. Tom Telesco could have did that. And because it was a year earlier, it would have been cheaper. Okay? There was a lot of other contracts that fell through the cracks because Tom Telesco failed at taking care of some of our key positions and players. So, you know, my thought on Tom Telesco's interview, as I close the handy dandy notebook, he was right, but he was also wrong. And even Al Davis, not Al Davis, see, I'm so Raider. Even Mark Davis said there were some things that Tom Telesco did. And I'm paraphrasing here. But he said something to this line. He said, it has to be more than the draft. Why did Mark say that? That's a clue. Look. He's saying, hey, the draft, cool. But there's more to the draft. You know, there's more to building a roster than just the draft. There's bringing in players. And there's also retaining players. And I think Tom Telesco, to his demise, his own demise, right? Before he came to the team, everybody knew him as Coupon Tom. And that's exactly who he was. Coupon Tom. So, you know, just like some other people in the organization, it's going to take for them to get out of their way, their own way, and really see and realize, hey, maybe what I'm doing ain't, maybe I need to do something different. And that's that. Was he right when in his assessment of the team? Absolutely. I'm standing on, that's my Raider Gospel one. I stand on that. Because we saw it. Our D-line went down. And we struggled even more. Yeah, it got better at the end of the year because those guys got reps and they eventually got it, you know, a little better than when they first got in there, but we were struggling. And it's because of the lack of depth. Us not, you know, years of not retaining guys and keeping guys and you know, not getting proper value when they do leave. Right? The value that you get when they leave is how you recoup what you lost or upgrade what you lost. However you want to look at it. And we failed, not just with Tom Telesco, but with Ziegler in years past. Hence the reason why we are where we are. I will say this, though. I think we're a step better. I like all our draft picks. We'll see how they pan out. You know, they're still trying to figure things out. And I like what I'm seeing from this new organization. I loved, and you guys know I did a whole live on it. I loved the AJ Cole signing. Not because AJ Cole is as talented as he is. Alfred James Cole III. See, some people didn't know that. Okay. But I like the fact that they're willing to reward players who's putting in that work. And we know AJ Cole was putting in that work and deserved an extension. And by the way, there's some other players that are online and that are in line. I believe, for a payday. You guys, hey, make sure you guys, I'm about to get in the chat, shout out whoever I didn't shout out. And I will get to your guys' Raider Gospel. Thank you guys for coming in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you like the Raiders, or you just like, what I'm talking, or just want to pick up on the knowledge, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I don't know everything, but what I do my best to give it. And I appreciate you guys. Okay. Let me get to... Hope everybody's doing well on today. I'm glad you guys came in. I like you guys shouting out everybody. I really do. That makes me feel good. I love our community here. You know what I'm saying? I love the congregation. You guys are awesome. Oh, I forgot, man. Let me give a brown cracker salute. You know what I'm saying? Let me give a brown cracker salute to all my deacons. You know what I'm saying? This is a brown cracker bite. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you a little. You know what I'm saying? Brown cracker bite. It's soft. Look, I can squeeze it. Wait, I'm gonna smash it. I'm gonna smash it so you can see. See, I made it flat. But it's good. You feel me? Hey, salute to all my deacons in the building. You know what I'm saying? The ones with the wrench. If you see them with a wrench, they are a deacon. Okay? And my deacons have controls on the chat. Okay? So be on your best behavior. I'm saying. Oh. D Menace, I see you, dog. Yes, sir. Frank. Cool Cab, $2. Cool Cab going wild in the chat for sure. Deacon Cab in the building. Leggers for life. Good to see you. Appreciate you. Get them likes up. Okay. Appreciate you, man. Coach Gravy in the building. Blessings to you, man. Hope all is well. I was like, I know I saw a few people as I was going, but I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I'm cooking, you know what I'm saying, I like to stay on the pots, you know what I'm saying? I like to stay on you know what I'm saying, whipping it up, you know what I'm saying? I try to stay on whipping it up. But I sometimes I look over, I'm like, does that look like Gravy? Let me go back and but blessings to you, Gravy. Definitely. Hey, Deacons, you guys already know what to do. We're all the content creators in here. You know what I'm saying? You know the ones that I met, you know the ones that I mess with. You know what I'm saying? Show them some love in the chat. Show them some love in the chat. I'm just trying to catch everybody, and then if you guys got any comments or whatever, then I'll definitely look at those. Chris for Raiders is in the building. Good to see you, man. It's another content creator there. Nutty Raider Nate, my guy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate you, man. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to catch everybody, and then yeah. Okay. Let me see if there's some comments, some real comments, some real gospel in the chat. Frank Weber said makes sense since the average running back Career is, yep. And that's the other thing, right? The running backs, the wear and tear, right? We know the NFL is not for long, right? And if you really think about the real franchise running backs, right? Those are the guys that beat the odds. You know what I'm saying? Your Saquons, your Derrick Henrys, your, you know what I'm saying? Your McCaffreys, you know what I'm saying? Those type of guys, those guys beat the odds. But the NFL is in the tone of drafting your, drafting running backs because you want them under cheap labor. You know what I'm saying? You want them under that rookie contract. Jay, good to see you in the building. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit that like button. Good, hey, good assessment on that, Frank. And that's it. That's really it, man. How can I make it cheap on the cap? All teams are doing that. And that's why, again, the position of value. When that offensive tackle gets out of his rookie contract, he's looking for the bag. Right? Especially if he's a left tackle. If he's your left tackle and he's been your left tackle for 4 years or 5 years or whatever, and this is his final, this is his first veteran, like vet, you know what I'm saying, year. And when I say vet year, obviously he's a vet after his, his second year, third year, right? But but I'm talking about after the rookie contract. He's trying to get the bag. I'm in a position where, for 4 years you told me how much I could make. Now I have a choice. You know what I'm saying? Now I can go talk to so-and-so over there and say, hey, the Raiders is trying to throw 15 at me. What you got? We was thinking about 13 and a half. Well, thank you for the steak and the flight. Oh, hey, over there. Hey, the Raiders was talking about 15. What you got? Oh, man, we got to have you over here, bro. Oh, really? Okay. What you talking about? Oh, we 17. Okay. Hey, I'm on the next Spirit flight smoking. Right? So that's what you're running into in regards to, free agency. It's a bidding war. Especially for those that are, that have done well, right? It may not be a bidding well for all people, but in the best, the best players that are coming out of their rookie contract, either the home team is trying to lock them up, or they're going to go see what the market is talking about. And if the market is more than what the organization is trying to give them, then they might go there. Especially on their first bag. Now, if they are an older player, they might be in like, hey, I got all the money. You know what I'm saying? I got my dollars. Let me actually go to a team that is going to be a contender, or who I think with my services will make a Super Bowl. And that's what you're seeing with some of these guys, even right now, that are on the market. They're kind of waiting around to see, okay, yeah, I want to work, but, I don't got a ring. So let me see if I can get with the, with the top contenders. Hey, you know why I yell? Because I get so excited about the Raiders, dog. So excuse me if if I'm a little too loud, man. I get excited about it. There's some other things that I haven't told you guys in regards to just me in general. But yeah, sometimes I do project and I do get excited about the Raiders, and I do talk loud. Hey, Chewy, I feel you, dog. Hey, I was one of those ones that was like, Minshew ain't it. You know, as much as some people were so trying to convince me that he was, I was one of those ones that was like, hey, no. And, but what I would say to that, in reference to, what Tom Telesco was talking about, it was committing to the a franchise rookie quarterback. At least with a vet, he should know how to get out in and out of stuff. You know what I'm saying? A vet will look at a coverage and be like, oh, I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? They try and disguise it, but I know exactly what that is. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? With a rookie, there's going to be a learning curve. Now, I will say that some of these rookies are coming out better. You know what I'm saying? They're coming more, prepared, but still a vet should know all the tools and tricks of the game. And it's better to have a veteran get bashed around than for you to bash your rookie quarterback and he lose his confidence and never be the same. And I think, I'm thinking that's what more of what Tom Telesco was trying to say in that reference. But yeah, Minshew, hey, that really wasn't I don't think that was an upgrade from anything, to be honest with you. Luke Getsy was, that was another pickup that was bad, right? And that falls on the GM. Yeah, you know what, Frank? That was the issue. It was like we were all sitting back thinking, okay, let's see if one of these quarterbacks is going to take the bull by the horns. And be honest with you, I thought it was a stalemate. I don't think nobody really won that competition. So we were hopeful. We were hopeful, but I don't think that was, I think we kind of know where it was going to go. Told you where it was going to go. And I'm not talking about E40. Nightbot is in the chat letting you guys know. You know what I'm saying? Cash App and Venmo is available to you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a supporter of the channel, you can support the channel by giving to Venmo and Cash App. And the links are in the chat. Let me see. Appreciate you guys coming in though. Hey Chewy, hey, you already got it. Hey, I use the handy dandy notebook. Sometimes I use the tone, a clue. Hey, cause I'm really trying to catch. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to open some a perspective of things that may have gone over some individuals' heads. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you will, and even me, sometimes things go over my head. I'm like, oh, dang, I missed that. But then when you start putting one and two, it's a puzzle. And you got to put these pieces together. And there's little clues and nuggets, even in every press conference, of like, oh, that ties into what was said 2 weeks ago, or this ties into, what I'm saying, why is this person saying this? And it's because of something that happened. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find those clues, bro. You got to find those clues. Chris for Raiders said, hit them likes. You know what I'm saying? If you on a mobile phone, double tap that screen one time. I liked how I said that. Double tap the screen one time. At Rosetown, that's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to give that Raider gospel. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you guys are enjoying it and liking it. If we did. Hey, Chewy, don't say that, dog. Don't say that. Hey, to be honest with you, I think I've already said it before. The Chargers, Armari and Hampton, was a guy that I was very high on. And he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be. I'm not gonna say a problem, but he's definitely gonna be someone that to definitely. Yeah. What keep an eye out on the you know what I'm saying, when I do my live called the game plan for the Chargers. I'll break it down even more on there. What think he what? Oh, Chris said, what do you think he would have done if he was here for 3 or 4 years? I think honestly we would have been in a situation where just going off of his MO, the team would have been built in the draft. And retaining players, I'm not sure. I think it would literally be a draft factory where we're bringing in guys, they're producing, but then the next person is ready to go because we've already drafted their replacement. Because I think Tom Telesco really believes in saving his money and spending it where he really, really has to. Okay? So when I say really, really has to, I'm talking about in the sense of maybe he would say if Max Crosby's contract came back around, that would be when he would spend it on. But I believe that Tom Telesco would have been able to draft well enough to build out this team. Because that's actually what I liked about Tom Telesco coming over. One thing you could say about the Chargers, and here I go giving Charger praise, is they always look good on the roster, paper-wise. They always look like a solid team on paper. And that's what a roster is supposed to look like. It's supposed to look good on paper. Okay? And of course, we know that paper's not wins. It does not equate to wins. But it has to look good on paper. The Chargers' downfall is I don't know what's in the water over there. I don't know if the beach if the beach sand got some type of fungus or something over there. But the strength and conditioning and their overall health, they were always banged up. Was a solid team, then they got banged up, and then they lose. And then, Staley was a stupid coach anyway. He was going on fourth down all the time over there. But, hey, I love that part of it. But roster-wise, I think Tom Telesco would have been able to build out this team through the draft and have longevity, right? Because when you're drafting guys, you have them there for at least 4 to 5 years, along with the UDFAs you bring in, right? So I think it would be more of a draft field team, sprinkled with, like the Max Crosby and some of the guys that you can't, there's no way you can just let them go for nothing. Yeah, and Antonio Pierce, that was, that's another thing of the connection between Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco. Tom, I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not even gonna dive into that because you guys gonna have to catch me on another one on that one for sure. Did I miss? Is JT here? Oh yeah, what's up, JT? I'm sorry. I was like, someone saying, you know how you look at the chat, someone says salute JT, and then I'm like, I did not see the him comment anything. I'm sorry about that. Hope all is well with you, man. Oh snap! Oh snap! Y'all know what's coming. Hold on, let me get it.
Oh man. Are you trying to imply that I hit it? Oh no, I see what
Marcus, darling.
Hey, how you doing, Lady Eloise?
I don't have any panties on.
Lady Eloise, please.
Shout out to Marcus, darling. Oh yeah, Marcus. Hey, good to see you, man. Hope all is well with you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, my resident Tennessee Titan fan. Good to see you, man. Raider Rebel in the building. I see you, dog. Mr. Clark. Shut all the doors. What was it? Oh, hey, I got you. I got you, Frank. Look. See? Where is it at? Where is it at? Here you go.
You smoke crack, don't you?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes y'all be in the chat and I be like,
you smoke crack, don't you?
So, hey, some of your takes, some of the takes, I be like, man, you must be
you smoke crack, don't you?
You smoke crack, don't you? Oh, yeah. Just say no. Hey, Marcus. Hey, I'm good, dog. I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? I'm breathing. I'm eating. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating. I'm drinking. I'm with the congregation. You know, drama free. You know, I can't complain, man. You know, I love what I do, and I'm glad that I'm here with you and the congregation. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Put this live in my space, Moco space. You know what I'm saying? Your baby girl's face. You know what I'm saying? Your baby mama's face. You know, and make sure Raider Twuan is in the place. Bars. Hey, look, hey, I mean, that's what I got for Tom Telesco. You know what I'm saying? I'm half and half. You know what I'm saying? Like the creamer. You know what I'm saying? I'm half and half on this situation with Tom Telesco. There's some things he did. Some of the things he did was good, and some of the things we did was bad. But, you know, Mark Davis said, hey, I think we got something better. And we're taking a shot on John Spike Tech. And at this moment, I think John Spike Tech is doing just that. I think he's doing just that. I think he's doing better. Hey, you guys know what it is over here at Raider Twuan. Raider Twuan is here for you guys on a weekly, more than a weekly basis. So please make sure you guys hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe, because we need it. Okay, we need it. We need over here. We need to get to that 500, dog. And that's only going to be made possible is if you hit that subscribe button. So go ahead and subscribe. It's completely free to do. Nor does it guarantee that you have to watch me every time I go live. But by you subscribing, it helps support what we're doing here with Raider Twuan and the congregation. So please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I do go live. If you want to, you know what I'm saying, stay up with your boy and the congregation. Also, again, Venmo Cash App is there. if you want to, Jeff has the buy me coffee. You know what I'm saying? This is a buy something for the channel. This is a buy something for the channel. So Venmo, Cash App is there. Definitely anything will be appreciated, but not expected. Okay. Let me make sure I have done everything. I'm no bueno. Hey, what's up? Good to see you, man. I'm glad you came in. Came in a little late, but it's all good. I'm glad you get in where you fit in, dog. And I appreciate you for tapping in. Here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. So please consider being an organ donor. That information is always down in the description of all my videos and all my lives. So if you want that information, please consider yourself and look at being an organ donor. You don't know how much that'll be a blessing to many for something small that you've done. By you checking off a box or you filling out a form, something very simple can help so many lives. So please go in and be an organ donor. Also here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates also for faith. So if you are interested in some prayer for whatever's going on in your life, you might be going through a rough patch in life. You might be going through some struggles. You might be looking for a job. Somebody in your family might need, is sick or whatever, and you're concerned about that. You might be going through some form of depression or anxiety. Please reach out to me on IG right there at Twuan, TWUAN. Okay. Hit me in the DM, you know what I'm saying? And I will connect with you. I say this and I really do mean this. For those that know me, they know this too. That your business is between me, you, and the Lord. If you tell me something that's going on with you, definitely I'm going to be aware of it, but I'm also going to pray privately, on your behalf for whatever is going on. So, you don't have to worry about me blasting your business. I'm not going to go to any other channels and tell them, your business. Again, I respect your privacy and I consider it to be between me, you, and of course the Lord. So definitely hit me on IG. I'm available to anybody in the nation that is needing of that. I'm gonna hit this one. Let's do this one today.
Welcome to the dark side.
Going up.
And hit that like button.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
And remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go! Raiders.
What up, hello? Joey. They were a football family. From the job they pursued his dreams. Tonight the Twins in on the road, and a tribute to Jim Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.